Is one of the most provocative, intriguing, gifted, talented gospel recording artists on the planet today. Honest, truthful, forthright. There's no pretending when it comes to Leandria Johnson. Tyrone Bowman live. Tonight, I'm going to show you part one of a two-part interview that took place with gospel contemporary recording artist turned talk show host Issac Carree. He sat down with Leandria Johnson, and it's entitled Leandria Uncensored. So this is episode 1. I call it part 1. Let's get down to it on Tyrone Bowman Live. For those of you who will be passing by, looking at the show, who will look at the program later, if you like it, consider hitting the like button and also subscribing to Tyrone Bowman Live. All right, let's do it. You know how to do it over here.
I am taking accountability.
Yeah. Let's do it this way.
You're just giving us context.
That's it.
Yeah.
I done been to treatment
Okay.
more than once.
Wow.
A lot of people don't know that. You know, and me taking accountability is me sitting on this couch talking about it.
Come on.
And still singing in the churches, knowing that they're going to think this way and think that way. Still showing my face.
Yes, come on.
You know what I'm saying? Walking around, say, I don't want to get there, because then
No, come on.
I'll feel a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't nobody out here trying to just do this and just do that and want people to feel sorry for me. I don't want you to feel sorry for me. I just want you to stay out my business.
What's more plain than that?
First off, they done get that boy a show. Some of y'all like, hell no. But heaven only knows what he gon' say.
Stop, y'all.
On any given day, it might be great. Still gonna be at church on Sunday, yeah. It's about life and love and all of the above, yeah. Only God can judge, that ain't me. You can speak your truth, ain't nothing they can do. It's a safe space without the Carree. Welcome to the Isaac Carree Show. Make some noise! Listen to me.
He's hyped.
I'm telling you, when we promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help us God. We ain't lying. It's our truth, and y'all can't do nothing about it. I need you to do me a favor before we get started. You know what we do every single show. I need you to hit that subscribe button. Hit it now, please. Hit it with love. I need love, and hit it with care, because care matters. And then I need you to like it, and then I need you to share with everybody. We want everybody to know that Isaac Carree Show is in the building, and anytime I come on, y'all got it, okay? Do that for your boy. Listen, today's show, good God Almighty. Woo. This show, I have foresight. I'm not trying to prophesy, but I got foresight. I think this show is going to change all of our lives. I think we're all going to get better. We're going to get information, and we're going to get better because of this show. I have a special person here with me today, and we ain't going to waste no time because I need every second of this. She is one of the greatest gospel singers and singers, period, in the world. In 2010, she was the winner of Season 3 Sunday Best on BET. She made a profound impact on the gospel music industry with her debut album, The Awakening of Leandria Johnson, debuting at #1 on the Billboard Gospel charts, staying in the top 10 for over 20 weeks. They don't do that no more. She won her first Grammy in 2011 for Best Gospel Contemporary Christian Musical Performance for her single, Jesus, and continued to release chart-topping albums, including The Evolution of Leandria Johnson and Leandria Johnson, The Experience. Johnson has received multiple awards, including Best Female Gospel Artist at the Digital Gospel Music Awards and the Stellar Awards Best Contemporary Female Vocalist. She was also nominated for an NAACP Image Award for Outstanding Gospel Album. In addition to her music career, Leandria founded Imperfect People Changing Ministries in 2013, where she served as pastor and iProgress, an outreach initiative in Atlanta. She also appeared on Preachers of Atlanta, Kingdom Business with Your Boy, And she did a tribute to Tommy on the Martin Reunion Show. Leandria uses her platform to inspire and uplift others through her unique approach to ministry. Ladies and gentlemen, I need y'all to start screaming right now. The one and only Leandria Johnson is in the building! Sis!
What's up?
What's up?
Hey, I'm here.
I started struggling lots when I was 12.
Should have known they were going to do that.
Yo, I want to give you your flowers. I want the people to know your story. I want people to know how great you are. I want people to know how amazing you are. I want people to know how we've been doing life before the world knew you. Before the world knew you, we start doing life.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to bring you here, man. I'm so happy to see you look good.
Thank you.
You look like new money.
Thank you, then.
My God.
Yes, sir.
Sis, listen, we're going to jump in. I'm going to start from the beginning. I remember New Orleans, Louisiana. You walked into this audition barefoot. Now, here's the thing about that. People thought you were homeless. But 2025, when you sing, to this day, you take your shoes off. It was a thing. We didn't know it then because we didn't know you.
Right.
It was a thing. It's like she in her zone.
Yeah.
And you walked in, and when you opened your mouth, this is probably one of the greatest sounds I've ever heard in my life.
Wow.
I've never heard somebody sing so skillfully, so passionately, with so much conviction. And you stood flat-footed and wore everybody. I have never, probably the only person I've ever seen do that with my own eyes is Aretha Franklin.
Wow.
You are incredible. Sis, tell us about the journey. What made you even come to New Orleans, audition for Sunday Best? What was that like?
Well, like you said, a lot of people didn't know. At the time, I had lost my house through foreclosure. So I was renting, and the owner, he went through foreclosure. So it was just like an abrupt move. And I was like, damn, that's how I felt.
Yeah.
You know, and I had 3 kids at the time, one infant. And it was just like, okay, so what am I going to do? I had to move in with my parents. And my best friend at the time, she was like, man, you know, by this time it was season 2 of Sunday Best. So I done seen season 1, season 2. And I'm just in my space rooting everybody else on.
Johnson
You know,
interview,
no idea, not
Johnson.
wanting to contest or anything. I was just like, man, she came to me and she was like, listen, you need to try it. I was like, how? I don't got nowhere to go. I don't know where to live. You know what I'm saying? I'm just staying with my parents. That's all I have. She was like, just do it. By this time, this was a Tuesday. She was telling me the auditions were a Friday.
Right.
You know, so I didn't have a car then. I didn't have none of that. So I had to rely on someone, a family friend. And I was like, she said I should do this. We should do this. They provided what they needed to provide for his money, transportation, and my deceased brother and my deceased uncle, rest in heaven.
Yeah.
They drove me. It was 11 hours, I believe. And we rode. And the thing about it is I rode, and, you know, what I had on, because we had to make the auditions, you know, like, so what I had on is what I rode in.
Oh, wow.
So I couldn't do nothing but just check into the hotel and, you know, do a little spruce up, you know, spruce up and go on in and go and get to work. And I'll never forget, I seen all these beautiful ladies and these beautiful gentlemen and handsome gentlemen, rather. They all dressed up, they all together. And you could hear, you know, in the background, you know, they're going to judge you off your appearance. You know, you might want to just go head on and just go on. And I'm just hearing all of this. So I got out of the line. And I got out of the line. And I was like, man, they talking about they going to judge me on my appearance. He was like, did you come here to be seen or did you come here to be heard?
Ooh.
And I was like, well, I come here to sing. He's like, get back in the line. And that was a long line. That was a long time.
Yeah.
Like 14, almost, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not over-exaggerating, like 14 hours, I ain't gonna lie. It was, you know how it was then. So I got back in the line.
No.
And I dealt with
Anonymous.
whatever I had to deal with to get to where I needed to be. And here I am.
Yo, y'all make some noise for that right there.
Here I am.
I know people who wouldn't have stood in line for 14 minutes.
Yeah, and I was in flats. I was in like sandals.
Yo, Lee, that's so crazy. So you came in, you got through the audition, you blew all the judges away. Kirk, everybody going crazy. Never forget, that year was so unique. It was one of the best. First of all, it was the best season. No shade to
It's
any
all
other
good.
season.
Welcome.
Not shading any of the winners, but it was the best season
Yeah.
because it was so unique. The band that we had,
Yeah.
the singers that we had,
Yes, yes.
and then the talent that we had. You were literally up against Elder Goldwyn had to be 78, 80 back then.
Yeah.
And he's still alive.
He's still
So
alive.
he got to be 140. Easy. Easy. He got to be. He's still singing too.
Yeah.
And I was like, Lee, this woman is going toe to Leandria. That was a heavyweight battle.
It was.
Because it was like this old man was old, but he could sing.
Yeah.
He was ice cream cone.
He was coming.
And then you would go deeper.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you were just like, it was like one of the greatest tennis matches I've ever seen in my life, right? And when you came to rehearsals, we had P.J. Morton as a keyboard player.
Yeah.
P.J. Morton.
Right.
Like 6-time Grammy Award winner now, P.J. Morton.
Yeah.
Corey Henry.
Yes.
3-4-time Grammy Award winner. Stanley Brown.
Yeah.
You had, I was there, Anasha was there, Charmaine was there. There were so many singers that were there. And we put this sound together, tailor-made for you guys, the creativity, the musical creativity that like it's never been done like that before. It was like tailored for you, tailored for him,
Yeah.
and you walked the dog in that place.
Man.
I've never seen anything like it. With that being said, Leandria, what was it like for you when outside of Florida, where you're from, outside of singing at your church, outside of singing places you may have sung, when you got on that platform, people that you probably grew up listening to, you knew, when they responded the way they responded, what did that do to you as a person who stood in the line for 14 hours, who drove 11 hours to get there? What did that do to you as a person?
$426 billion in delinquent property.
He's still alive.
He's still
So he got to
alive.
be 140. Easy. He got to be. He's still singing too.
Yeah.
And I was like, Lee, this woman is going toe to Leandria. That was a heavyweight battle.
It was.
Because it was like this old man was old, but he could sing.
Yeah.
He was ice cream cone.
He was coming.
And then you would go deeper.
Yeah, yeah.
And you were just like, it was like one of the greatest tennis matches I've ever seen in my life, right? And when you came to rehearsals, we had P.J. Morton as a keyboard player.
Yeah.
P.J. Morton.
Right.
Like 6-time Grammy Award winner now, P.J. Morton.
Yeah.
Corey Henry.
Yes.
3-4-time Grammy Award winner. Stanley Brown.
Yeah.
You had, I was there, Anasha was there, Charmaine was there. There were so many singers that were there. And we put this sound together, tailor-made for you guys, the creativity, the musical creativity that like it's never been done like that before. It was like tailored for you, tailored for him,
Yeah.
and you walked the dog in that place.
Man.
I've never seen anything like it. With that being said, Leandria, what was it like for you when outside of Florida, where you're from, outside of singing at your church, outside of singing places you may have sung, when you got on that platform, people that you probably grew up listening to, you knew, when they responded the way they responded, what did that do to you as a person who stood in the line for 14 hours, who drove 11 hours to get there? What did that do to you as a person?
It changed a lot, you know. Dreams were made to come true.
Yeah.
And even you, I freaked out over you when I saw you.
Now stop.
You know, I did.
Leandria, you don't have to do that. Keep going.
No, I'm just saying.
Andrew,
You
you
want
don't
me
have
to
to do
you
that
want
on
me
my
to
show.
tell the truth. So I freaked out over you. I was like, oh my God, like this Carree, like yo, like I listen to men of stand up was my, you know, that was my little getaway music. You know, if I wanted to feel a little extra, you know,
Yes,
I was able to
we were
do
the
it.
sexy gospel
What?
group. Huh? We were
Yeah.
sexy. We was a cross between commission and the wine.
Man, I'm telling you, it was just able to see you and to be around people you grew up listening to and their response to you. It was amazing. But little did they know, or y'all knew at the time, this was a troubled individual.
Jesus.
troubled individual, but happy and so proud all at the same time. And so I'm trying to mask emotions. I'm trying to keep from certain emotions coming out. So it was an explosion. It was an explosion type feeling.
I remember being in New Orleans during the whole audition process, and I remember coming to you after maybe like a week or two we were there, and you was just killing every rehearsal, every performance, every show. It was magical. I mean, Charmaine in here. Did Charmaine leave? Yo, she was there, bro.
Oh yeah.
It was the craziest thing we had ever seen. And I remember coming to you, and I saw, and I'm gonna use this word loosely, and I'm not gonna call any names. I may, but I saw vultures coming at you, and all them niggas saw was money. They saw money and opportunity, and I looked at you and I pulled you. I said, Lee, don't let these niggas get you hemmed up, trying to sign you, trying to work side deals to manage you, because all they see is money.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't hard. It wasn't passion. It wasn't like, we're going to make sure we look out for her. We're going to make sure that her business is in order. We're going to make sure we get her the right. It wasn't none of that.
Mm-hmm.
It was, we want to ride her coattail to the top.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly where you went. You went to the top.
Yeah.
And they were trying to ride with you. And you was like, bro, I got you. And I'm telling you, I love the fact that since I've known you from day one, you've always had a crew of people that kept it real with you, which in return is what we get.
Yeah.
We get the realest person. We get a real, raw, on stage you real. You walk, you're not traditional. You're not gonna stand on the stage for long. You go take your shoes off, you go walk in the audience, and you go sing people through the floor. You're so raw. You don't care what you say, you don't care what you do. It's like, yo, it's me. And I think what comes from the heart reaches the heart.
Yeah.
For me, what does that do for you when you are living your organic self, living in your truth, and then people always have something to say about that ain't the way it should be if you save. That ain't the way you should do it if you this. Like, what do you say?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave it right there for now. Tyrone Bowman live. You're watching the Issac Carree show with Leandria Johnson, gospel recording artist, Uncensored. I'll leave part 1 here for individuals to kind of peruse through, look at. In a few days, I'll be back. I'll be back with part 2 and hopefully the conclusion. So for now, thank you for watching. Thank you for those who have subscribed to Tyrone Bowman Live. I really appreciate it. Thank you to those who've been riding with me from day one. When I started this channel 3 years ago, we got ride or die folk. And now it's time for me to take a couple of days off. As you know, I'm a criminal justice major. I'm in school. I got assignments and stuff I have to do. So until next time, never surrender, never quit. Enjoy part 1 of the interview. Leandria Johnson, Uncensored.